Welcome everybody. Nice to see you. Akiko, nice to see you again. Bijou, Bazook, the extremely comfortable Bazook. And in fact, everybody's got couches or settees except me. Oh well, I'll have to speak to the management. Doob, how you doing? Gina and Wiz. Oh, Wiz is quite far away, so okay. So welcome to the SLEA Street Cafe for Artists. So anyway, I thought I would definitely not sing, but I'm going to try and bend the rules a bit and do a Charlie Parker tune instead. But it's going to be different, and I can completely stuff it up, and that's okay. So this is called Cool Blues at this speed. Charlie Parker called this same tune Hot Blues when it was fast. I love his style. Helps if you turn the microphone up, Steve. So, Cool Blues, Charlie Parker. I think he'll definitely turn it over in his grave if he heard me play it like that, but I quite like it. Okay, Stevie boy, what are we going to do? Yes, we're going to have some wise words
what
from...
I wanted to say is when you make a wrong line.
Wrong line.
Does it feel with you like when you're drawing, like the same as in music, the balance between the line and the notes, or you hear it like that?
The more, you said line.
Yeah, on drawing.
When I make a wrong line.
Yeah.
The line isn't wrong until after you put the next one down. Music is the same way. The sound, you don't make bad notes. The note next to the one that you think is bad corrects the one in front.
Right.
The only way you can do that is by experience. The only way you can take a line that you didn't mean to draw is to draw every day. You can be able to say, well, I'll put this in. It isn't too far away from the theme. Or maybe you change colors. It's just the same way of composition.
Very wise words, and definitely very true. And exactly what constitutes a wrong note, I don't actually know. So I'm, welcome everybody. Welcome Akiko, Bamboo, nice to see you, Bijou, Bazook, Doob, Gina, and Wizard of Oz is quite far away. Okay, very nice to see you, and a great privilege, believe me, just to play. I love playing, and I'm beaming into Second Life and onto YouTube from Glasgow in Scotland, sunny Scotland, which is just a few miles away from Loch Lomond and various other sites. So the land of the bagpipes. Actually, I was asked if I played the bagpipes yesterday. It was quite interesting. I've never been asked that before. I'm not sure whether he was taking the mick or whether he was being honest. It's an awesome instrument. I'd hate to live next door to somebody who played the saxophone. It would be who played the bagpipes. It would be nearly as bad as living next door to someone who played the saxophone. Definitely. So. I have I live in a kind of a tenement flat in Glasgow, and I have kind of neighbours, 12 neighbours actually, in my what you call a close, and all very sort of compact and very small flats, and that's fine. I don't mind it. I love my little flat, but the sound travels a great deal. So you've got what I've done is I've built a studio. Basically a garden shed in my what used to be the bedroom. There's no bedroom now, and it's my studio, and I've soundproofed it, and I built it around what I originally thought was a ventilation vent in the wall. So I thought, I'll get smart, I'll build a studio so that I can have it all just cooking away, and I'm over this ventilation vent. But I later discovered when I finished the project actually the ventilation vent was blocked, so that's very interesting. So so I quite regularly run out of air, but that's quite normal. That's all right. The sound you can hear are various fans going at full tilt, kind of blowing the hot air around, which is mildly better than not having them on at all. Of course, it would be a lot better if it was cool air, but I don't have that. So anyway. Okay, let's play a tune called Black Orpheus. So maybe I should explain. I am beaming into YouTube and also Twitch and Twitter, and but YouTube. But on all of those platforms, I'll be muting the sound for anything that's vaguely copyrightable, because I had a copyright strike and I don't want any more. Okay, so this tune is called Black Orpheus. for that tune, Steve. Let's can that one. What a beautiful tune, isn't it? Black Orpheus. And really beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that. A few scary moments as I was trying to look at too many different screens, trying to work out if I was overloading one sound signal in one thing and losing the place of the music. Yeah, that's a common thing. I should really just focus more. So anyway, I'm going to do a tune which I haven't really done for absolutely ages, which is always very dangerous, but is something that is really just, I guess, a part of me, and it's just there's something about Arabic music that just does it for me. I mean, some people call it Spanish style. Segovia used it a lot, and it's just that Arabic sound, which is potentially thousands and thousands of years, an ancient sort of type of sound, and I love it. Anyway, now that I've set myself up for a major fall, I'm going to play a tune which is on my website, so but I'm playing it on the wrong saxophone, which is a tenor saxophone. I think I do it on the soprano on that one. And I don't even have my soprano saxophone at my side. That's a bit silly, Steve. I usually have that as an emergency saxophone if I break this one. But no, we're on the tenor. So here we go. Deeper, it's called. It goes a bit like this. Thank you. So that was, it's not really a tune, it's really more of an attitude, I would say, from my part, because I try not to play things the same way twice, and it's not because I'm gobby or anything like that, but it's just because I just feel the need to be able to express what I feel in real time, and that's just a bit weird, I know, but that's just who I am. And so it's called Deeper, and it's on my website, and if you're at all interested, so you're very welcome to check that out. And it's just called Deeper. I quite like it. Arabic is absolutely beautiful. The Arabic tonality and musical, the harmony associated with Arabic music is really great. I love it to bits. And it's completely alien to Western, normal music, I would say. But it's ironic and hilarious to note that quite a lot of famous pop songs and pop singers, they'll kind of sometimes touch kind of elements of the Arabic scale, or maybe the harmonic minor, and it kind of sounds completely different to the norm. I love it to bits. So I hope you liked it. I hope I didn't stuff it up too much. So it sounds quite different on the tenor saxophone. It just sounds a bit a bit more expressive, whereas the soprano saxophone is quite I would describe as more melodic or more piercing, maybe some would say. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to play a tune which I love to bits. And I'm not sure if I did this last week, but Stevie Boy, have you found it? Where is it? It's a tune that I heard the other day, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Okay. So, oh yeah, why don't we do that? So apologies to anybody who's listening online. Thank you. The girl from Ipanema, of course. So yeah, absolutely. So a lot of you know that I do busking in real life, and that's how I make quite a bit of income actually from that. It's something that's actually turned out to be really quite vital for me. And I do teach a little bit of music, and I do gigs whenever I can, but busking has turned out to be quite important for me. Anyway, last Friday I was busking with a friend of mine who's called John. He was the drummer, or doing some percussion, and this guy came up. He had scars all over his face. He was a drug addict, and he was sober, but he came up to me, and I'd never met him before, and he said, thank you very, very much for saving my life. And then John just said John was there a couple of weeks previously to experience what actually had happened, and I usually chuff off for the afternoon. I just busk for the morning, but what had happened is that he'd come into the high street. He'd been attacked in his house quite badly and seriously, and he came into the town centre, and he was seriously injured. And so Robert, who's the trumpeter, who's in the afternoon, he phoned for the police, and the police asked what he did. And Robert, the trumpeter, said he was a busker. And the police said, sorry, we don't believe you, and hung up. So one of the other members of the busking troupe went into a shop and got the manager to phone 999 for the police, and they came out within seconds and actually saved the guy's life. He was seriously sick. So isn't that amazing? So who'd ever thought in a million years that buskers could save the life of somebody? So he's got a problem with drugs, and we'll be watching out for him the next time he comes. But that's a true story, and that just happened in the last 2 weeks. So amazing story. So okay, what are we going to do next? Oh yeah, we're going to do this tune. This is a tune which is a bit of a challenge for me, but that's okay. I like to give myself little challenges, and we'll just see what this is called. This is Sticks. Steve, whatever you do, don't stuff it up. And whatever you do, Steve, don't sing over it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
love that tune. Absolutely fantastic tune. And it's one of those tunes that as you're playing, you can definitely talk yourself out of playing it properly. And that's been my problem for years, actually. I can start off well and I can do it and I know the notes, but then you just persuade yourself that something's going to go wrong. I know none of you are like that. You're probably perfect, but I know for me, I can sometimes talk myself out of being able to do something, even though I'm doing it perfectly well. It's a very, very annoying thing, and it's something I know that creative people have to kind of break through that kind of that barrier, that self-doubt, that kind of lack of confidence, that the voice that says, I know you've been doing this for a gazillion years, but you're going to stuff it up, Steve. And there's a fantastic book that golfers use. It's called The Inner Game of Golf. I don't know whether you've read it. It's been extended to all kinds of different sports, and it guarantees to improve your golf match or your golf scores by something like 10%, something like that. And it is absolutely fascinating. Even doctors use it. I do believe I heard from one doctor. So it's fascinating. It's about the two voices that you hear in your head. You couldn't really say this in medieval times because you'd definitely be burnt at the stake. But the two voices, the one voice that says, Steve, you can do this, you've done it. And then the other voice that says, Steve, you know that you think you can do it, but you're definitely going to stuff it up. And what you focus on is the one that usually wins through. And so it's a fascinating subject, and it's actually true. Anyway, what we're going to do, Steve, let's do this. Everybody likes a little bit of Michael Bublé, so apologies to people online as I mute. I don't mean annihilate. I learnt to improvise over with any degree of confidence. So me and Blue Bossa, we're bestos. Okay, goes like this. Bossa. We like Blue Bossa. I've got dentist lips at the moment after playing that tune. So welcome Dee, and I thought I saw Chocolate. Yes, welcome Chocolate. How you doing? Nice to see you, my Parisian compadre. We've been doing some gigs together in Sansar and getting up to all kinds of amazing things and just pushing the limits a bit, just playing live. Which is something that's really exciting and quite thrilling. So welcome Chocolate. So welcome to everybody else. Dee, Akiko, Bamboo, Bijou, Bazook, Doob, Gina, Wizard Oz, and that looks like Stem. All right, okay, how do you pronounce that? Okay, very good. So anyway, listen, thank you very much for Blue Bossa. We like Blue Bossa, and I definitely get some funny looks when I busk with that tune, especially from young people who just looked at, or some people who just don't like that particular style and think that you've got two heads or something like that. And what are you doing that for? It's just, you call that a tune. So do you know any Rihanna? So anyway, it's hilarious. So I've got a very eclectic musical style preferences. So I went to see a band, I know some of you were there, Baby Metal. Wow, fantastic. I used to play in a hard rock band in my youth, and I used to play music so loud that until it hurt your ears, and that's a very silly thing because of course you can damage your ears, you don't grow new ones. And I actually, when I was a youngster, I was so gobby. I absolutely hated jazz. It's quite bizarre. It's absolutely true. I despised jazz, and they often say that the things that you hate the most, you become. So beware. Hating something is extremely dangerous, or disliking something can be slightly dangerous. So I've ended up doing just the very thing that I didn't like when I was a youngster. So, but musical tastes change over the years, don't they? And that's really what makes it so important to evolve and to develop, especially if you're a creative, because you don't want to be static. You want to be making new ground and not just pigeonholed or stuck in a rut. And I've been there many times. So, okay, what are we going to do next, Steve? Have we got the? Are we on? All right, we are streaming. So, let's do. I'm going to do another tune which I love to bits, and it's called "Thank You," and it's by Dido. So, apologies to my online listeners. St. Thomas by the great Sonny Rollins. How do I stop the music? Oh yeah, you press that one, Steve. Get the right buttons, for goodness sake. I've got way too much to do here because I'm live streaming and playing at the same time, so I've got at least 3 audio sources which I have to be very careful I don't mix or accidentally put something where it shouldn't go, because you'll end up with hearing an awkward echo or just a horrible sound. So coming just to the end of our time, so I think what I'll do, just to start the show, we did I did a Charlie Parker tune and called Cool Blues. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much for your very kind tips. Very appreciated, and not required. And I don't do this for money, but I do it for kind of artistic reasons and kind of straightening out my thinking with performance, which is always a problem and always a difficult thing, and most people struggle with it. And it's not something you just learn and then that's it. It's all fixed. It's something that the more you do it, sometimes the more kind of things can go wrong. So it's just developing strategies for stuff that, when I used to play the guitar and I used to break a string, I used to think it was the end of the world. And there's ways around fixing things like that. One of the obvious ones is just have a second guitar. Never occurred to me. And it's exactly the same for any instrument. So with saxophones, I remember playing at a wedding once and I had to do Amazing Grace. And I started to play the tune, and one of the keys on my saxophone was dead. It died, completely dead. And it was only one tune that I had to do, and it was that, Amazing Grace. And so the only way I could make it work was holding my saxophone on its side and playing it kind of at 45 degrees. People must have thought I was a complete loony, but that's a true story. And that's the kind of thing you have to do with live stuff, because stuff just goes wrong all the time. So anyway, this is called Cool Blues. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you for listening. Thank you for not throwing any sharp objects. Greatly appreciate that. I love your couches. Very funky. And here we go. Charlie Parker, Cool Blues. Very much. Cool Blues, played to an extremely dodgy modern jazzy backing, not really swingy, which was what Cool Blues was meant to be played along to. So I'm playing later on tonight at Hannah's if you wanted to hear more. If you don't, I perfectly understand. And I do believe on Saturday I'm playing at the Music Lab at 12 noon, I think it is, on Saturdays. So maybe see you there. And really looking forward to hearing Tia, the piano player, composer guy. Very, very kind of experimental stuff. It's absolutely amazing, the music I've heard at the music festival at SLEA 2. Absolutely brilliant. Credit to the organisers for just making it all happen. So thank you once again. I'm just going to noodle out just to until I fall over. So thank you everybody. Thank you so much for your kind donations. Thank you Dee. Thank you Akiko. Thank you Bamboo, Bijou, Zook, Chocolate Black, Doob, Gina, Wizard Oz, and Stem. I think that is. Probably pronounced it wrong, but thank you. See you again. I'm here every Thursday.